Hey there. We both know that you want to make more money, but you're also afraid that you're either going to lose yourself, the people who are closest to you, or burn yourself out before you ever get there. And the truth is, you will if you keep working as hard as you've been working, right? Listen, what is the point of making multiple six figures or seven figures if you're not going to have the time to enjoy your life and to enjoy the people in your life, right? If by the time you get there, you're alone because you never had the time to really spend with the people that you cared the most for, or you never had the time to develop the kind of relationships that you want to have, right? You want to get to your goal, but you want to get there and feel like your life is fulfilled, right? Not one or the other. You want it all. You want the money, you want the success, you want the relationships, right? So we have to figure out how to get you to that point because what you're doing right now isn't working, right? And when you think about your business long term, you know that it's not going to work, right? You know you're not going to be able to sustain this. So I want to help you get to your goal without having to blog, right? Without having to network, without having to create content 24/7, without having to live stream, do interviews, all that kind of stuff that you're doing right now that's burning you out. Can you do those things if you want? Sure. But you don't have to do all of those things at the same time to get to your goal, right? Listen, I know where you are because I was in your shoes not that long ago. My name's Desiree Stafford, and it got to a point for me in my business where I already made six figures, but I was still stressed, and I was still anxious, and I was still frustrated, right? Because I was obsessed with my business and obsessed with achieving my goals, but there were so many personal sacrifices that I had to make to get there. And I knew that if something didn't change, I would never be able to afford the time to have the relationships that I wanted. My friends would continue to feel like strangers. I'd never be the wife, I'd never be the mother that I want to be, right? Something had to change. And I wasn't willing to give up my dreams. I wasn't willing to give up my goals. I just had to figure out another way to allow the space for me to have the other things that I want in my life, right? And I want to be able to share with you today what you can do to get yourself to that point because it's super important, right? Your success obviously is important to you, but it's also important to the people whose lives you touch. I'm talking about your clients and the people in their lives, right? So the first thing I want to share with you today is why you're working so fucking hard and still not getting the result that you want, right? You implement like crazy, you're smart as hell, but you're not able to get yourself to the income goal that you want to get to, right? And you have this belief that you have to work hard to have more. And I got to be honest with you, that belief is what's killing you right now, right? It's actually keeping you stuck playing this really small game, right? You know you're bigger than this. And it's only because you had adopted that belief a long time ago. Maybe it was your parents who passed that down to you. I know mine did, right? And then it's been reinforced to you over and over again in society. People praise working hard and they wear it as this badge of honor, right? But let's be real. The people who are the most successful and actually enjoy their lives aren't working so damn hard. Do you have to work? Of course. You have to be diligent, yes. But do you have to sacrifice your personal life? No. So many people give up the wrong things because they've been taught the wrong thing, right? So you really need to understand why you continue to push and to force, to fight your way to get what is already yours, right? It's just a shift in understanding that needs to be there. And a lot of this comes down to your own ability to receive more, right? Because if you feel that you have to work harder to make more, then you need to shift that belief, right? You need to learn how to allow more to come into you because you already give enough. You've been working hard your entire life. This is not new for you, right? So if you feel like you have to work really hard to prove yourself worthy of more, we've got to stop that, right? We've got to stop that and allow you to learn how to receive more. Because when you do, your life will change. Your business will change. You know, I have a client, Michelle, who struggled to receive, and it kept her business small, right? It kept her feeling stuck at her income level. But once she shifted that, once she allowed herself to receive more from our work together, she doubled her fees. She now jumps out of bed excited about her work again. Her passion is back. She's no longer stressed. She's no longer burning herself out. She's making more money than ever and not working nearly as hard, right? This is what's possible for you when you shift the internal beliefs that are keeping you in this pattern of struggle and push and force and hustle, and learn to actually allow more ease and flow, right? That's what you want, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to look at my notes a little bit because I've got a ton of stuff that I want to share with you, and I want to make sure that I'm communicating to you what you need to hear today so that you can actually create the shifts that you're looking for in your life and in your business. Cool? Okay. So, one of the other things that I really want to touch on quickly here, when it comes to your beliefs, things that are holding you back, right? You're also probably at a point in your life, in your business, where you're still judging yourself, where you're still condemning yourself for something, right? Typically when we're not experiencing what we really want, there's some belief, there's some guilt, there's some shame, there's some resentment, something going on, right? That's still keeping you stuck, right? And it may be unconscious. It may be something that happened when you were 6, when you were 20, when you were 30, right? Maybe it was a client who didn't get a result way back when, right? But there's something that you're holding on to that is blocking your ability to receive more. And that needs to stop, right? That needs to stop, because we can't talk about getting you to your goals, right? Without burning yourself out if you're still holding on to the beliefs, the thoughts, the feelings that are making you play this small game today, all right? Okay. So once we let go of whatever that stuff is, the next thing we need to talk about is your business model, right? Because your business model is important. If you are, wanting to get to the $500,000 level or the $1 million level, right? How many clients or sales, let's put it this way, how many sales do you need to make in order to get there, right? At your current rates, And I bet when you're probably thinking about it, from where you are right now, it might seem a little bit overwhelming, which is another reason why you haven't achieved it yet, right? But what if you doubled, you tripled, or even 10x'd your fees? How many sales would you need then to get you to your goal? Right? Not as many. In some cases, it may be 10 or 20 sales to get there. And I say sales because I'm assuming you're going to be renewing your clients, right? And obviously, when you make sales to the same clients over and over again, a lot less marketing, right? What does that do to your bottom line? Imagine the free time that you have, because you don't have to market to attract new clients. You get to re-enroll clients into higher level programs because they're getting amazing results from working with you right now, right? That's what you want. So you have to know what your goal is, right? If your goal is 500,000, if your goal is $1 million, great. How many sales do you want to make in order to achieve your goal? That's how we determine what your price point is, right? Most people do it backwards, right? We got to figure out what your goal is and how can we get you there with the least amount of effort as quickly as possible, right? Because you've been after this for a long time, so we don't want to delay. We don't want it to take another couple of years, do we? No, right? Now, the thing is, going back to what I shared with you before, you have to be willing to receive at a higher level, right? Got to be willing to receive. If you want to charge 10K, 20K, or whatever, you have to be able to receive at a higher level, right? This is why we need to deal with your beliefs first, okay? Then you just need to figure out what is the highest level offer that you can deliver at that higher price point, right? What does your unique combination of gifts, skills, and talents, what problem does that solve at a high level, right? For your specific ideal client that's going to warrant a higher end fee, right? You have to sort that out. And if you don't know how to do it, I'd be happy to sort that out with you, right? Because that's important. The offer is key. Has to be something that solves a major life or business or health problem, right? It's got to be. And you already have that. You might not be clear on what it is, but you already have that. We also need to make sure that this is an offer that's going to light you the fuck up, right? Because what point is it to make the kind of money that you want to be making, but you're just making money to be making money, right? It's not a program that lights you up. It's not a program that, sets your heart on fire. It's not a program that's really transforming people in the way that you desire to transform them, right? That's not any fun. And we want to make money because we want freedom, because we want all these other things in life, but we also want to have fun, right? We also want to enjoy the clients that we're working with. So you got to make sure it is the type of offer that's going to appeal to the right client, right? And it's going to be the type of offer that you enjoy delivering. It's also going to be the type of offer that you know that you can sell, right? The confidence to sell comes from knowing that it's an offer based on what you are uniquely gifted, skilled, and talented to do, right? That stuff is important. That stuff is important. You have to know how to package it. You now have to know how to position it, right? And then you can sell it. So that's what we need to figure out for you. Because there are too many people, making the kind of money that they want to make, but they're not fulfilled because they're not selling what they're here to be selling. And they're not working with the clients that they're here to be working with. And that's another way to keep yourself playing small, right? Keep yourself stuck. And there's no freedom in that. When you feel stuck, when you feel beholden to a particular offer because you're afraid that if you were to switch, you wouldn't attract the clients who would invest, or people would think you're crazy, or people would question you, or whatever it is that you're worried about, that's not freedom, right? That's being stuck, and you don't want to be stuck, right? So we need to make sure that whatever business model we design for you is a business model that you will love. It's a business model that is sustainable. It's a business model that is also scalable, right? So we do not want you burning out. It's not good for you, and it's not good for your clients, right? You can't deliver your best work when you're burnt out, when you're stressed, when you're overwhelmed, right? When there's all this anxiety running through you. You cannot. So it is in your best interest, and it's in the best interest of your clients, that we create a program that allows you to make the kind of money that you want without burning you out. Make sense? I have clients right now who are making more money in a day, returning their entire multiple 5-figure investment in a day. So it doesn't have to be hard, right? When we design the right programs. These are clients who are working 3 days a week, couple of hours per day in those 3 days a week, right? So this is not about pushing yourself to the limit here. It's not. It's not something that I would stand behind, right? Because you have to be at your best so you can serve at your best. So your clients get the best results. This is why they renew, right? This is why they send you referrals, right? Okay. So now let's talk about, how do you get the right people to talk to you, right? So we have the belief that is now going to allow you to receive more, right? Make more money without working as hard. We also now have sorted out your program, or at least you're thinking about what you can be offering at a higher level, right? And you also want to make sure that you're offering something that's going to help your clients get results faster and easier than they could do on their own, right? We're pretty clear on that, because that's what people are investing the big bucks for, right? They want results, but they want them faster and easier than they could do on their own, right? So now that we have all of that, and you're thinking about all of that, you need to know, how do you attract the right clients, right? Because we're talking about, selling your services at a much higher level. So how do you attract the clients who are going to be willing to invest at that level, right? You obviously need qualified leads. You do not want to be getting on the phone with unqualified leads, with people who can't afford it, or they don't have the time, or they need to think about it, all that kind of drama, right? You want to be getting the right people on the phone. So how do you do that? Right? Well, the first thing you're probably going to think about is traffic. Everyone wants to think about, where do I get more leads, right? I need more traffic. I'll be honest with you, traffic is easy, right? Most of my clients are getting their leads for free, right? Completely organic. And then I also have clients, and myself at times, who are doing small ad budget or small ad campaigns, let's put it that way, right? Right now, I'm getting leads in at less than $2.50, right? I mean, what can you buy for $2.50? Okay, I'm getting quality leads for $2.50. I'm getting applications on average at around $40, right? What can you get for $40? Like a tank of gas, a good pedicure, right? And when you're selling 2 out of 5 prospects into a 5 or multiple 5-figure program, it's a pretty good investment, right? Or return on investment, whether it's free or it's an inexpensive lead, right? But I don't want to spend too much time on traffic because that's not your biggest challenge, let's say, right? You need to make sure that your marketing converts. This is the biggest deal, let's put it that way, right? Your marketing has to convert because let's think about this. Even the clients who want transformation now, the clients who are ready, the clients who have the cash in the bank, the clients who are quick decision makers, right? Even those people are afraid, they are scared of something, or they would already have the results that they're after by now, right? So your marketing needs to, number one, understand that. And you need to be able to trigger their desire to take action now, right? Listen, you and I do not have large ad budgets. We don't have lists of hundreds of thousands of people. So we need our marketing to convert within 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours, right? We don't have, I know I don't have weeks or months to wait to nurture prospects, right? The gurus have that. But if you're not a guru, if you're just like me, right? And you don't have a list of thousands, hundreds of thousands, right? You want your marketing to convert and you want that shit to convert fast, right? So you have to understand how to trigger the desire in your prospects to get them to feel compelled to take action now. You also need to make sure that your marketing is handling their objections before they get on the phone with you, right? You want people to come to your discovery sessions, breakthrough sessions, whatever you call them, sold, right? That's what you want. You want them coming to the phone knowing that they want to work with you, right? They're still going to be scared. There's still a process that you have to take them through on the sales conversation, but you don't have to push. You don't have to convince. You don't have to drag anybody into your program, right? You don't want to do those things. You want people to be selling themselves into your programs. Yes, even at the 5-figure level, right? That's what you want. And it's easy to do that. Or let me rephrase, it's simple to do that, right? Once you've done it, then it becomes easy. But it is a simple process to do that. You just have to understand how to make your marketing convert, right? How does it convert? How are you answering the questions of why you and why now through your marketing? How are you getting people on the phone pre-sold to work with you and ready to invest in your higher level programs, right? That's what you need to figure out. That's, again, something that I can support you with because it's so important that you get that. More important than it is for you to focus on traffic. This is why so many people are failing, right? They're not getting themselves to the next level because they're focused on all of that external stuff, right? They're focused on the branding, the pretty pictures, redoing the website, writing the perfect copy. But just because you know the structure of perfect copy, and I'll be clear with you, I don't, and my marketing still converts, right? Doesn't mean that your marketing is doing its job. It doesn't mean that, right? Because listen, if you don't have the right mindset, which we talked about earlier, if you're not able to receive, right? If you are not, having or offering a program that you are passionate about, that you are excited about, it's all going to fall apart, right? They're going to get to the sales conversation and they're going to sense that something is off. Everything is related. Everything is connected. Right? Your marketing is the piece that gets them to wake up to that desire that they want to take action now. And you have to know how to get them there, right? You have to know how to get them there. And it's something that you're not going to learn by studying a 6-week course, right? It's something you're not going to learn by trying to figure it out on your own. Well, you probably could do it on your own, but it will take you a long time to get there, right? Because typically the shifts that you need to make are not shifts that you can see, right? If they were, you'd already have the results by now. You'd already be having people showing up on your discovery sessions, pre-sold, ready to invest in your 5 or multiple 5-figure programs, right? So you have to learn the marketing aspect of it, okay? So let's see. You know, I will tell you this about the marketing. It is simpler than you think. You know, I remember, you know, when I was worried about marketing to sell a $10,000 program, how scared out of my mind I was, right? Now I have a $50,000 offer. It's not difficult, right? It's not difficult at all. There's a couple things that I had to shift. There's a couple things that you'll need to shift. And once you do that, you'll realize that it's simple and you'll start to think, well, why the fuck didn't I do this so long ago, right? So here's what matters, right? We've talked about a lot of stuff today. We've talked about the mindset, right? Your ability to receive more. We've talked about, you know, making sure that you have an offer that lights you up and also is going to light up your clients, right? And that you can sell at a much higher price point. We also talked about the attracting quality leads and the marketing aspect. Fantastic, right? But this all starts with your decision, right? I shared a lot of information with you here today, but so what, right? So what? This is not the first time you've heard information that was of value to you, right? What are you going to do about it? That's the real question. What are you going to do about it? You have to decide if you're ready to play a bigger game, you know? And here's the thing about making this kind of decision. It literally changes your life. So it's not just about your business, right? It's about every area of your life in which you're still playing small. You know, I shared the story the other day on social media. It was pretty popular, so I'll share it with you here today. You know, there was a time in my life when I was dating short men. Okay? And I wasn't setting out to do it. It was just something that happened. All of a sudden, I have no idea why, but no matter what I did, you know, if I put in my profile that I only dated men who were 5'10" or taller, if I asked guys on the phone before we went out how tall they were, didn't matter. I would still end up on a date with a man who was much shorter than me, and it would piss me off. I couldn't stand it because I'm 5'8". I like men who are taller than me, right? And I didn't know how to change this, and I was so frustrated, and I would complain about it every single time it happened until one day I went out with this guy. I was super excited to go out with him, by the way. I forgot to ask him, though, on the phone how tall he was. I just assumed, because everything else was so great on paper. He was a good-looking guy. He was a dean at a major university, really smart. And I was like, this guy is cool. You know, we had great conversation. I'm like so excited to meet him. I get there. And if he was maybe 5'4", right? Maybe 5'4". He was literally at least 4 feet shorter than me. And that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me. That was when I said, you know what? Fuck this shit, right? I mean, I stayed on the date. I was gracious, but I ended it early. And I made a vow to myself that day that I was done. I was done. Why am I wasting my time with a man that I know I am not going to be interested in, with a man that I know is not going to be relationship material for me, because I will not date a man shorter than me. I just won't. It's not my thing. I get that some women are okay with it. I'm not, right? But let me tell you something. After that day, never have I even been asked out, approached by a man who was shorter than me. Why? Because I made a decision that day that I was done. So what I mean is that I stopped complaining. I stopped whining about it. I just said, fuck it, I'm done. That's the power of making a decision. So if right now you're waffling about playing a bigger game, you're waffling about getting to the income level that you want, you're doubting all kinds of shit's going on for you, you haven't decided. And if you haven't decided, nothing will change. You will keep experiencing the frustration, you know, the anxiety, the stress, the whatever it is that you're dealing with in your business right now, right? Your relationships will continue to either be on hold, they'll continue to feel disconnected because you're not able to be present because you're always focused on your business. Maybe you don't even have time for a relationship right now because you're so focused on your business, trying to get to your goal, right? Maybe you don't get to spend time with your friends or your family the way you want to because everything is about, you know, trying to bring in the sales, trying to make the money, right? Your travel plans are probably put on hold. Or if you do go away, you're always thinking about the business so you don't really get to relax and enjoy it, right? It's because you haven't made a decision yet. If you're attracting prospects who are telling you that they can't afford it over and over and over again, if it's a pattern for you, you have not made the decision yet. Nothing will change until you decide you're done tolerating the bullshit you're tolerating right now. And when I say done tolerating bullshit, I'm talking about tolerating bullshit from yourself, from your prospects, and from anyone else in your life, right? It is time that you start demanding more for and of yourself. Or maybe it's not, right? If you're cool with the way things are, then keep doing things the way you're doing them. But if you're not cool with them, it's time to decide, are you going to step up or not, right? No one can make that decision for you. Only you can do that. If you're ready to step up, I'd love to support you. I'd love to help you create the program. I'd love to help you design the business model. I'd love to help you put a plan together to attract the right clients so that you can double your income and your free time. I'd love to help you do that. And if that's something that you want and you want it for free, then go ahead and get yourself signed up below, right? Book a call with me. I'll talk to you about how to do all of that stuff, right? I'll help you move past the fears that have been keeping you stuck, because I don't tolerate those kind of things in my life or within my clients, because I did it for so long. I played small fucking years. And when I think back on how many years I did play small, I will not lie to you, it brings me to tears many times that I did that to myself. I did it to me. It's hard to deal with that reality. It's hard to accept that I'm the cause, or I was the cause. But I had to take responsibility for that, because that was the only way I could change it. Not beating myself up, just taking responsibility, right? Same call I'm putting out to you, right? Same call I'm putting out to you. So if you want me to help you, make sure you book yourself in. Now, if you think you can go it alone, be my guest, right? I've had people, watch a training like this and they think, I'll figure it out on my own, right? And listen, I understand it. I've done that myself, and I will tell you that it was a shit ton of trial and error, and I ended up having to hire support later to fix all of the shit. You know what I mean? That wasn't working, and all the time that I lost. I recently signed a client who did the same thing, right? She'd been following me for about a year, but she thought she could do it by herself, and she did try. 10 months she tried and tried and tried, and then couldn't get herself past the 6-figure mark, and finally decided to become a client. Right? Since we've been working together, things have dramatically changed. She's on her way out of the country for a nice vacation. She's on her way to multiple 6 figures. And she's doing it with a greater sense of ease, right? And she works 4 days a week, right? And it's great. I'm happy for her. I'm so fucking proud of her. But I'll be honest with you, I can't help but think about the 10 months that she missed of spending quality time with her kids, of not being able to take that vacation that she's finally taking now, right? Of living with the pain of, living below her full potential. That shit's painful, especially if you're a high achiever, right? It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to know that you are capable of more, but not know how to get yourself to that place. I lived with that shit for years. It's hard to do that, right? It's such a letdown. You feel so disappointed in yourself. At least I did. Right? So if you want to continue to try to go it on your own, do that, right? Just know that, listen, the things that you want will be delayed until you finally figure it out, or you could get my help for free, right? By clicking the link below and getting yourself signed up. And then if you're thinking that you need time, right? Or maybe that now is not the right time, or maybe that you're not ready, let me just tell you this. Number one, there's a lot of people who think that. And secretly, usually when they think that, it's because they're waiting for some coaching god or goddess to come and anoint you as worthy and come and tell you that it's time. There's nobody who's going to do that. Nobody. That's a decision that you make when you have decided that enough is enough, right? That's your call. So there's no one who's going to come here and tell you that it's okay. You have to decide that it's okay for yourself, right? And I will tell you this, while you're still thinking about it, while you're still playing with the idea that maybe you're ready, listen, time is not waiting for you. And the clients that you were born to serve will go and get inferior service from someone else, because they are not going to sit around waiting for you to finally step the fuck up. They're not going to do that, right? They're in pain now and they want to get out of the pain. And they're going to get inferior service from other people because they're meant to work with you, but you're not willing to step up yet, right? So can you live with that? If you can live with that, cool, keep waiting. If you can't, get the fuck off the fence, right? Get off the fence and do something about it, okay? That's what I have for you today. I hope you got tremendous value out of this video. If you have, let's talk, all right? And until we speak again, I hope you are up to big, bold things in your life and in your business. Take care.